This time on Flipping Bangers.
A car we want to love.
It's barely holding together. I just don't think this is the one for us.
Yet it seems ready to die.
It's only done 180,000 miles. What can possibly be wrong with it? But if there's money to be made...
We'll do everything we can.
Right, mind your fingers, Gus. To give this banger a chance.
It's all such a fucking waste of time, isn't it?
I'm Gus Gregory.
And I'm Will Trickett.
Together, we're risking everything to follow a dream.
It's something I've wanted to do for a long, long time.
We've packed in our day jobs
And invested our own hard-earned cash.
as we try to make a living in the cutthroat world of second-hand cars.
It's all in the chase. You've got to buy well, you've got to sell well.
Why would anybody buy this car?
We've got a goal.
We want to double our money. If we put 500 quid in, we need to see £1,000 back. We're targeting the very bottom of the market.
We buy cars that nobody else wants.
Can we keep our business afloat? Flipping Bangers?
It needs so much work doing to it.
1 year ago, we turned our backs on our regular jobs, rented this garage and attempted to carve out a new living by buying and selling cheap cars, and made enough money flipping bangers just to return.
People dream of giving everything up, but we're doing it for real. And it's scary.
We've emptied our pockets again, and this time we have enough to spend £500 to £1,000 on each car. If we want to cover our costs and pay ourselves wages, it's essential we double our return on every pound we put in. And we can only afford 5 workshop days per car. We've swapped a salary and a wage, possibly for nothing.
The workshop is like a hungry beast that wants to be fed. The responsibility to satisfy its cravings falls to us. If only we could make a decision.
Why don't we get a Scandinavian car?
OK, what, Saab or a Volvo?
Well, say a Saab, because we haven't actually done one of those yet, have we?
No, maybe not a 9.6, because actually the only 9.6 we'd be able to afford would actually be a pile of rust, wouldn't it?
Agreed, yeah. I was kind of thinking more along the lines of the 900, because those are the ones that people like.
Yeah.
And they're kind of seen as the evergreen of the Saab world, I would have thought.
Yeah, very cool, but actually quite expensive.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
A £5,000 starting price isn't for us. This Scandi plan is going to be tough.
OK, well, first interesting Saab that we come up with for under £1,000, we'll go and look at.
Yeah, all right.
Excellent.
I found a ginger one here, then.
Of course you have.
Yeah, it is cool.
We can't find a decent 900 in budget, but we do see a 99, the earlier model. It was bought to use in a charity rally, but the car collector owner now doesn't think it will go the distance.
Well, I must say, Gus, I am a massive fan of Saabs, especially the old Saabs.
Yeah, me too.
Relatively understated, but still superb motor cars. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this car. Early 80s Y-Reg, didn't you say?
Yeah, Y-Reg. He sounds like a really nice guy. He bought it for 1,500 quid, and it's up now for 1,200. I'm a bit sceptical at the fact that he's selling it at less than he bought it for. Makes me think that in his mind it's not worth what he paid for it. I don't know.
He might have dropped a clanger and got a car that's got a problem. What could possibly go wrong?
We give up on plans to get Will's filthy Land Rover and trailer through rush hour Bristol traffic, and the seller Dennis agrees to meet us outside the town.
That's it.
Yeah. Because you don't see many of those around nowadays, do you?
You don't, do you? That's sitting nice, isn't it?
Looks okay. So, first impressions are positive. Not too bad.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
Saab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it back there.
Yeah, excellent.
Cool. That's a funny noise.
Yeah. It's sort of vaguely drive shafty noise.
Yeah. Hi there.
Hi,
You must be Dennis.
I am. Nice to meet you.
I'm Will.
Hi, Will.
It's Gus. Pleased
Hi,
to
Gus.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is quite a presentable looking car.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to ask though, Dennis, why, if you bought it for 1,500 quid, are you selling it for 12? What's going on with that?
Well, I committed the cardinal sin. So I saw it on an online auction, and I couldn't help myself. I pressed that button, I bought it.
Let's hope we're not doing the same. Shall we have a look
that's right.
inside? What's... Oh, Dennis, what's been going on in here?
I think there's a bit of DIY going on there.
It looks like Mr. Gaffer Tape's been in town.
Absolutely.
Let's have a poke around. Can we get the boot open?
Sure.
This is an area that they are prone to a little bit of grot, isn't it? Ooh, that does look pretty crunchy.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're known to go a little bit in the back.
Yeah, it's a bit grotty. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's going on here? Look at these.
Yeah, I think he's done some fixing there where he did a bit of, again, DIY painting.
Would you call that fixing?
It's
I
crudely called fixing.
I reckon, Gus, that is crude fixing, and this is definitely a dent.
Let's get the bonnet open. It's this side, isn't it?
Yes, just on the left there at the bottom.
Step by step, we're finding ways to drive down the price, and Dennis knows it.
This is very special. And this is like archetypal Swedish engineering.
They did love these bonnets. They confused the hell out of everybody until they got the hang of them.
Look at that.
Amazing, isn't it? Because that engine's on top of the gearbox and it's got the takes the drive from the engine, down the front, into the gearbox,
Cool.
via the clutch, to the drive shafts. And it's all in this tiny, weeny little space.
Yeah.
That was their trick.
It's a good bit of packaging, isn't it? Really
Yeah.
good bit of packaging.
The other thing that I like about Saabs, the entire roll cage that was built into the structure of the car, and you can see it extending down through here. Design quality on these cars was second to none.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this car is now. What we need to do is drive it, isn't it?
We do, yeah, go on. Have you got the keys?
Here you go.
Brilliant. So apparently, the concept of this car was taken from the aeronautical industry, and everything is clear to see, like an aeroplane's cockpit.
Yeah, like a sort of car type aeroplane.
It does look a lot more like a car than an aeroplane, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think from where I'm sitting, which is obviously the co-pilot seat, the overall feeling of this car is that it's seen better days, that it hasn't been serviced in a million years, that it hasn't been loved, and that actually it needs someone to take it on and go through it completely, or just to be left to go pop.
So I'm not convinced, Will's not really convinced, and there's more good news.
It certainly smells hot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is starting to smell a bit warm. The gauge is rising.
I'll put the fan on.
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
It doesn't fill me with confidence.
This poor little car does need a bit of TLC.
It's barely holding together. But although we need a Saab 99, I just don't think this is the one for us.
This one is cheap, and my logic is saying to me, buy it, buy it, buy it.
So despite my reservations, Will seems happy to take the baggy 99, but I refuse to let him unless the deal we get is really, really good.
So what do you think, Gus?
Well, honestly, Dennis, it's a little bit baggy, isn't it? It's definitely not 1,500 quid's worth of car, and even on an impulse, it's not 1,200 quid's worth of car. I'd say it's more likely 700 quid's worth of car.
You see, it's still a Saab 99. It's a two-door coupe. They're really rare. The car is MOT'd. It needs work, I understand that. However, I bought it for a lot more. It's an impulse purchase. It's my bag. I totally get that. However, I think it's worth a little bit more than that. So why don't we say 900 pounds and you got a great car?
What do you think?
Well, I think it's the 99 we were looking for, but I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to buy it on an impulse and we're going to end up with more work than we want to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at it. It's great. It's
I
a
know.
Saab 99. I mean,
Looks can be deceiving, but it is close to what we were thinking. So,
Shall we?
should do.
Thanks, Dennis.
900
luck.
quid. Cheers,
Thank you
Dennis.
very much.
On the trailer?
Yeah, on the
Let's
trailer.
do it. Cheers, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis.
So we've bought a car that neither of us is sure about, but it is a cheap Saab. That much is a good thing. Let's hope we haven't made a terrible mistake.
Well, you know what? It's ours now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And I think we've got to raise a candle to Saab. They made some pretty good cars, didn't they?
Yeah, we've done well to grab this one when we can.
I'm still not 100% sure, but it's too late now. It's ours. I don't know what we're going to find when we look underneath it.
I think I'm probably just as worried as you are. It might be a whole can of worms. But the numbers were okay. You know, it came within budget. Under £1,000 is what we thought.
Yeah.
Under £1,000 is what we managed.
No wonder he was so happy.
Yeah. We've got a system, which is to empty our heads of all preconceptions and come freshly to the car when it's back at base and work out what to do in just 5 days.
It's funny what a night's sleep does, doesn't it? And if you sleep on the problem, you come up with the morning and you see things far more clearly, don't you?
Yeah, I think what I've realised about this car is that you are just not that sure about it.
No, I'm not. But it's not Saabs or it's not 99s, because they're great cars. It's this car in particular. And it's just, well, it's baggy, isn't it?
Yeah, but these cars come from a great line of rally and race. They've got a real good pedigree about them. And if you get stuck into it, I reckon there's a fair chance you're going to start really liking this car.
The things that I really think we've done with this is we've made a proper, calculated, cool business decision. And we've let our wallet rule our heart. We haven't got emotional about it, which is good for us. That means probably that we're moving forward. We've got this car, now we've got to get on with it.
So we've got a car that is barely working and need to make it outstanding. How that's going to make us any money, no idea. Will got us into this so he can wash it. I'm in charge of the important stuff, the photo taking for an online ad that we'll put up straight away. That's because we need to sell the Saab as soon as we've finished it. The 99 comes in from the cold and we need to list it.
So the Saab 99s that are worth the big money are the turbos. They were the aspirational cars. There's not many of them about. And a good one will fetch between 7 and 13 grand. It's a lot of money. But the market for the normally aspirated cars is good too, because there's not many of them about, and it's very difficult, as we know, to find a good one. You'll have to pay anywhere between 2.5 and 3 grand, and there's no reason to say that our car shouldn't be around that sort of mark. So I'm going to start it off with a buy it now price of 3,250. It seems about right for me. A reserve price of 2.8k, and starting price, well, let's just say £1. Perfect.
But before we can sell it in perfect condition, we need to make it perfect.
Well, clearly, the first thing we need to do is get this running right, isn't it?
Yeah, we do. Thing is, it's only done 180,000 miles. What could possibly be wrong with it, Gus?
Well, the water pump or the rad. We know it's not the thermostat because the hose is both hot.
Yeah, well, it seems like you've got a good handle of what might be going on under this bonnet. And I know there's a little bit of welding at the back.
There is.
So I'm going to leave you to this end while I disappear down the other.
OK, fair enough.
Overheating cars have plagued us recently. It worries buyers, quite rightly, because it can be something small and fixable, or it can indicate the end of an engine. We've got to find out which camp we're in. The first base with jobs like this is to drain the cooling system to see if there's a blockage. This requires military-grade precision. Then I need to disconnect the radiator and fan.
I've scraped away all the rust in the boot and I'm vacuuming it out so I can get a better look at what needs to be done.
And here is the rad, probably knackered.
And here is loads more crud. Like with any welding job, you assume that the hole that you see at the beginning, which is always about that big, is going to be it. But no, that's not the case. The hole in this case has moved along the entire length of the seam. This was the original hole. It was about big enough to get my fist in here. And then it became this hole here, and then it continued all the way along there. So a quick, easy job is now a long-winded, boring job.
Let's buy it, says Will. It's just what we want, says Will. That's why Will gets the job of cutting and cleaning and trimming the whole boot. It's a couple of hours of tiring work, right at the end of day.
You done?
Yeah, I am. I don't want to do any more than that tonight.
Come on then, shall we go?
Yeah.
So as night falls, we're only just cracking open what delights the 99 holds for us. I'm just waiting for the moment to tell Will, I told you so.
We paid £900 for this Saab 99. Cheap car, well, that's true. But now we've got to turn that £900 into at least £2,800. Part of that is to cure the overheating issue, which is one of the many possible reasons that Dennis was so happy to offload the car.
The overheating may be a faulty rad, a blockage in the pipework, a water pump, or all three, or a dud engine. I'm flushing the radiator to get rid of anything in there which might be suspect. Actually, it looks very clean. Will is still on welding duty.
When we bought the car, we knew that there was some welding that needed doing across the back of here. But like with all classic and old cars, welding jobs have got a nasty habit of growing a lot. And I've been looking in the back of this rear wheel arch down here. It looks like we're going to need some actual proper panels to do that job, and I'm just hoping that we can get them.
So Will doesn't stop working. I volunteered to grab some Saab bits. Basically, Saab's parent company went bankrupt a few years ago, so parts come from independents. One of the biggest suppliers I could find isn't a vast warehouse, but basically a business being run out of a shed.
Bill, hello. Gus, how are you?
Hello, Gus. Nice to meet you.
You too. This is amazing. Looks like a dealer parts store in here.
Oh, we like to keep it organised.
Those inner wheel arches for our 99.
All right, follow me. There you go. For 99. Left hand, right hand.
Excellent. I'm amazed that you can still get these. I thought they would be really difficult to find. Are they easy for you to source?
Oh, we import them from Denmark directly from the factory.
Do you? So there's somebody still making these?
Yeah. There are a lot of
amazing.
Saabs around still, especially in Europe.
I guess, yeah.
I also need those side panels for the bottom of the wings as well.
These are the outer wings.
Yeah.
The left hand and right hand.
Well, brilliant.
Yeah.
I think we should take them. Because we
Okay.
definitely need them. Ours are very, very, very crusty. Thank you. Certainly on this side.
I'm really keen to support small businesses like Bill's, which survive by offering service and value.
So, left and right outer, left and right inner.
Okay.
Excellent. Do you sell a lot of parts for 99s?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what mainly?
Yeah. Oh, mainly body panels.
Well, they do rot
Yeah.
specifically there, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they do.
With a parcel deal of £90, we're some way down the road to seeing the Saab back in better structural health. I'll head back to Will quickly. I wouldn't want him to stop working.
Where it's gone rusty in the boot, it's right on a seam, which has got a bit of shape to it. Now, I could just put a flat plate across there, but it wouldn't look very pretty. So I'm going to give mine a little bit of shape, so it looks more like a repair panel than just a patch. Shaping the metal is done in the press that the landlord has knocking about. The art, if I can use that word, is to make the folds just the right angle by eye and then hope that the new panels line up. And with a bit of tidy seam welding, it really does look decent.
I drop off the welding panels for Will, and it's time to see how the online activity for the Saab is going.
So when you check in on an active auction, sometimes you're king of the game. You're right there. You've got questions being asked, you've got bidders, you've got watchers. It's great. Or it can be like today, when there's nothing going on, and my heart sinks. But it's actually our fault, because this car doesn't stand out in the market. That may be something to do with my disinterest with this car, but we have to turn it around. And that's what I was thinking about last night. Maybe some detail work with this car to make it stand out. I'm just looking at these pictures here, and Saab's got this amazing rally heritage, and they're really, really cool. I think, I don't know, obligatory spotlights or some wheel work or something. What do you think about these? They just look cool, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do look cool. I did always think it was going to take more than just fixing this car up. I do like that. Let's do it. Let's go crazy. But before we can even think about the aesthetics, we quite literally have to stop the rot. And the best way to do that is to go in hard.
Back to the overheating. Having discounted a blockage in the rad, I'm moving around the cooling system and need to take a look at the water pump. The system is drained, so it won't make a mess.
Well, that's interesting. That's all but brand new. So that's going straight back on. But what it makes me think is that this car's been overheating for a very long time. Somebody's been through all this. There was no muck in the radiator. It's got a brand new water pump on it. So what I'm going to do is put it all back together, flush the water jacket on the engine, and then hope that that does it. And if that doesn't do it, then we're starting to run into trouble because it's eating into our time, and we can't sell a car that's overheating.
Before the water pump goes back, I'll scrape off the old gasket and try and give it a clean surface and a new gasket so I can make sure it's sealing better.
Doctor is now ready for the rear wing repair panels. I'm not welding over the old metal, I'm welding straight onto it, so the cut I make has to be exact. And once I've got my line, I have to clean back any old paint or primer so the metal that I'm working with is completely clean.
I've checked and cleaned all the hoses and I'm putting the radiator back in place.
While I offer up and weld the wings in.
With a deafening sound of welding to entertain me, I add an acid-free engine flush to the cooling system to dissolve blockages and then run up the engine to circulate it.
So the flush is in the engine, working its magic all through the water jacket, round through the header tank and down through the radiator. Fingers crossed, should do the trick.
Once all the fluid is run out, any obstructions will be visible.
Well, I'd have to say that's a bit disappointing. I mean, I'm not looking for gold, but I was expecting a bit more crud in it than that. Well, fingers crossed it's done the job.
I don't like not knowing if I've made a fix or not. But really, unless there is a problem with the head, I've done all I can. Now I've got to get the system topped up with fresh fluids. If I have solved the issue for a few quid, I'll have beaten the last person to wrestle with this car's demons.
Hey, up.
I'm done up there. I'm going to run it up in the morning. How's it going?
Well, I'm pretty much done as well. Tiny bit of paint before I go.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, good repair that.
A really good repair. Doesn't it look good without that on there as well?
Yeah, it does, yeah. So that's got to go back on.
All right, good. Well, I'll see you in the morning, huh?
See you in the morning, Gus. So, it's the end of day 2, and we're really starting to see a change in this car. The rust has been all but defeated, and the cooling issue, well, we'll have to see.
It's day 3 out of 5 on Project Saab. This was probably the cheapest 99 in the country. Wonder why? We're tackling its issues head-on in a bid to get the selling price to £2,800 or more. What can we do in 3 days?
Morning, Gus.
Hello.
Why have you taken the doors off?
Well, I had a bit of an epiphany of Swedish functionality. I was trying to get the seats out to clean them and to clean the carpets. The doors kept getting in the way. The doors come off easy. Not sure that they'll go back on easily. You said you wanted to do the door cards. There's no room in here for both of us, so the doors are on the bench.
How very, very sensible.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
The seats will need a good shampoo, nothing more. And now I'm in the car, my sense of the aesthetic, or lack of it, has kicked in, and I can see a subtle but nice way to rub a bit of presentation into the 99. Pretty much all these plastics need a deep clean, and possibly paint too.
This is the door card out of our Saab, which looks pretty grotty on that side, and on that side, it looks completely rotten, doesn't it? Look at all that, all falling to bits. Now, you can't find these things second-hand. They just don't seem to exist. We've looked really, really hard. But the bonus is we're going to be making a rally-style car, aren't we? And it was pretty sort of fashionable back in the era of rally of this car to have aluminium door cards. So guess what we're doing? Aluminium door cards. Why go with aluminium door cards? Well, they're unusual, and a sheet of aluminium is only a few quid. Like seat trimming, it starts with making a template and then cutting it out. As I'm cutting this with a jigsaw, the blade of the jigsaw is going to produce a lot of swarf, which is going to end up all over the job. Now, if I continue cutting, this part of the saw is going to drag all of that swarf across what I want to be a nice shiny surface. So in order to prevent that, I can cover the surface with strips of masking tape. So I work along the line, keeping very steady and very straight. So now Gus is ready to reveal his dash upgrade.
So at the sacrifice of 1,000 time brittle clips, I've taken the bottom of the dash out. It's where the buttons go in for the choke and things like that, and for the lights. Somebody put a clock in here, and they've just sort of cut it out with what looks like a blunt piece of metal, or maybe a pair of scissors, or maybe a kitchen knife. But it's left me with nowhere to put the hazard warning light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strip of aluminium across here and cut holes to put the switches back in. I think it'll go with our sort of rally theme really nicely. When I first sat in this car, the first thing that caught my eye was the fact that somebody had badly stuck vinyl, wood effect vinyl, all the way across this lip of the car, all the way across. And it looked atrocious. And it made me think that this was an unloved car. So hopefully, with this all in, the next person's going to think, that car's had some love.
I'm now really into this press, and I use it to give contours to the wonderful aluminium door cards. I'm not 100% sure how to do it, though.
And maybe it's something in the air, or the result of our offbeat endeavours. But suddenly, the work on the Saab has become fun, and we're winning back a bit of our mojo that we lost when we bought the Saab. My dash panel is ready to fit. What do we prefer? Wood effect vinyl or lovely, shiny aluminium? And of course, it's aluminium.
Gus is up in the game with his custom dash panel, so I go with the rivet gun to secure the edges of all my alley panels. It's very industrial and also functional, but will they fit?
Honestly, I'm so fed up with filing these. You have to be so delicate because there's so little metal between the edge and the hole that I've actually edited the amount of switches in the Saab. So let it be known, whoever buys the Saab, that you will no longer be able to dim your panel lights because it's not in there anymore.
I'm finally ready to secure the new door cards to the door. Self-tappers get the job. And it's time to check out the new look as I peel off the backing. Oh yeah, baby. But I've dropped a tiny clanger. In my excitement to make really nice door cards for our car, I've actually forgotten to think about door handles. So it's a bit of a last-minute design. And I'm going to go for a very nice old-fashioned folded leather strap approach. I hope our landlord doesn't notice his favourite leather trousers are no more. With a couple of quick cuts, I rectify my previous mistake. So as a last-minute idea, I think that is going to work really well. So we've got door openers and door cards, a new look dash. We really are cooking on gas.
It's day 4 on Project Saab. It was a banger, and now it's a vehicle to prove a point that hard work and imagination are the answer to most issues on old cars. We've embraced the idea of making subtle mods to the Saab that point to its rally heritage, and after starting with a downer on the car, I am on board with its new look. Without the plastic trims, the wheels look quite mean, and I've taken them to this upmarket paint booth studio to transform them further.
To make our car look much more like a rally car, it needs spotlights. I've got a pair of spotlights here. Need to bolt them on. In order to do that, need to make up some little brackets from this piece of metal here. Should look great. Today, it's all about sophistication and accuracy. Otherwise, the 20 quid spotlights will sit at the wrong height. It's worth pointing out here that you can buy aftermarket spotlight brackets for just £10 or so. But as the cars get older, the mounting points get more generic, and you end up having to adapt them anyway. So I did it my way, and it's much more fun. At last, a little hammer action. As I've been making my brackets, I've been wondering exactly how I'm going to fix them onto the car. But it's all worked out because Saab, in their wisdom, have put some nice little fixings in the back of the bumper, which means we get exactly the right position and our spotlights are going to look fabulous.
I'm nearly there with the wheels. White, yellow, no. Forget all that. Gold is going to set the 99 well apart.
I'm just tidying up the wiring for spotlights. I go straight into the loom with spade connectors. That's the wiring done, and I followed the instructions. Let's hope it works.
And with last light of day, I have one more mission that I really think will add a sprinkle of fun to the 99.
So I've got to come clean and admit, the first time I saw our Saab 99, I really didn't like it. It's baggy in almost every aspect. And instead of expecting it to be perfect, I need to find other ways to tease the fun out of this car.
I'm talking about looks, of course. And now that I've committed us to gold wheels, I thought I'd take the notion of go faster stripes to a new level.
Now this looks promising.
Down in Fareham, a rally fan has a small business that I hope will help.
Morning. Hello, you must be Donna, are you?
Oh, hi, welcome.
I'm Gus, Saab 99 Gus.
Oh, yes, hi.
It was a very cool setup when you walk around the corner. You don't expect this to be here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I set it up myself.
Did you get the pictures I sent out of the car?
I did, yes. I got the picture over. I've had a little play with the design, a couple of options for you to look at, and then we can choose colours and we can go from there.
That's our little car, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Excellent.
Donna has a home studio that specialises in rally look for various cars, particularly Saabs. She can do off-the-peg or bespoke jobs.
Ah, so how did you get to this from this then?
Yeah, so this is the picture that you sent me originally.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've overlaid the graphics that I've done before for Saab 99s. This would have been the period one, which would have been a factory option.
OK, so not a rally car, but just a general road car.
Yeah, it would have been the original graphics. So we got the hockey stick.
Very, very Swedish, isn't it?
Yeah, with the blue and the yellow.
Yeah.
And then we've got the iconic lightning bolts with the turbo wheel. And then this is another one, which I thought would be quite good for your car.
Instantly, I'm drawn towards that. Because it suits the colour of the car, doesn't it? I think somehow it suits it better. And also, it goes all the way down to the back, and the bodywork on ours down here is absolutely atrocious.
OK, yeah, that would be good, as long as the bodywork's smoothed down.
So we can take that away with us now?
We could, yes. I can make it for you now.
Excellent.
The vinyl comes in large sheets, and the machine only cuts out the top layer, leaving the rest on the backing. Donna's assistant preps the first layer, and and then the overlay goes on top. What an amazing find. So Donna set up this business in her back garden. She knows the classic rally world inside out. She can print 1 or she can print 1,000. It's absolutely perfect. It's a classic example of cottage industries in this country, turning out cutting edge products. And honestly, I'm reinvigorated about our car. I can't wait to see these stickers on it. Oh, Donna, absolutely perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I pay £85 trade for the sticker set, and I'm ready to head back.
Right, OK. It's the end of the day, but I thought I'd just take a few moments to have a look at our advert, which is looking great, actually. We've upgraded some of the pictures on there. The rally look, Gus's idea, he says, but I think it's actually my idea, seems to be working. So the photographs of the spotlights, the aluminium door cards, all on the advert now, and within an hour of that lot going on there, we've actually got a bid on the car, which is fantastic news. But the bid is the price we paid for the car. Let's see what tomorrow brings, after we've added a few more of the final touches. Fingers crossed.
It's day 5 on our Saab 99, last one, and I'm really keen to get my stickers on. That means the surface underneath them needs to be right.
There's really so much wrong with the paintwork on this Saab, but I'm trying to pick my battles. So where this bit here under the grille, someone's painted it with a brush or maybe their fingers, it's got to be flat, because if it's not flat, you'll see it through the stickers. But the bits that aren't covered by the sticker have also got problems, so I'm going to have to spray those bits blue, which is massively time consuming. But if you don't do it, it's just going to look rough, and I want it to look cool.
I can't remove the glass, but you can buy special masking tape for this job. And with my prep all looking good, I attack with primer, taking care not to let the paint build up. And then I blow over the whole area in blue. And with it dry and the paper off, I can get on with the sticker. That's the bit I really need to do. I do not allow Will to approach for this moment of pure glory.
So the scariest thing about putting a sticker on the car is putting a sticker on the car. It fills me with dread, because if I get it wrong, I've got to go and buy new ones. If I get it right, it's going to look great. But the most difficult bit is the grille. Well, you can't see it now because I've covered it up, but there's a grille in here, and it goes that way. And last time I cut a grille in on a car we were putting a sticker on, it looked awful. So I'm contemplating not cutting this one in, because actually all the grille does is let the water get in and rot the bottom of the car.
The trick is to get the backing paper into position.
Ah! It's not looking good, is it? Let's see how it goes.
And peel off the other end. Easy? Okay, if you are of sensitive disposition and you don't want to see a grown man make a fool of himself, look away now.
Oh, that looks fucking awful. Brilliant.
It's just really, really, really fiddly.
Fuck's sake. It's all such a fucking waste of time, isn't it?
While Gus grinds his teeth, I have no trouble at all cutting out some rally-style mud flaps. Yeah, right, mind your fingers, Gus.
Then the wheels go on, but we've got to stop.
Will, it's finishing now.
What's that?
No, it's finishing now.
Ooh,
the
Saab,
Saab's
yeah,
finishing
fine.
now.
So the bid just gone in?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It is,
So
yeah.
7 seconds.
All right, hold on, another
5,
bid.
3, yes,
2.
yes.
Hold on, we need them.
Oh.
That's exciting and disappointing all in one thing, isn't
It's
it?
not really a good business plan, is it?
So the car isn't sold yet, but it's done. And that we can be happy with. We reckon we've fixed the cooling and welded up the rust, but the big work is the transformation of the interior with custom door cards and custom dash panel. Then the exterior details which draw on its rally heritage. It owes us a little over £1,100. That's a great price for a good 99.
So if my memory serves me correctly, you didn't like this car very much, did you?
No, but I love the fact that I actually genuinely disliked this car, and now I genuinely like it.
Well, that's really good news because I've always loved this car, and I'm just glad that you've come on board with that.
The Saab will relist straight away, but we need to test it before. But where and how?
Well, you know Dennis, who we bought the car off of?
Yeah.
But he got this car to do a rally, didn't he? Not a sort of gravelly, spitty, snarly, snotty sort of rally.
No, it was more your sort of gentleman's refined rally, wasn't it?
I think that's it, yeah.
Is that why you brought us to the Welsh Mountains then?
I thought so.
Well, the Welsh Mountains is a great place to get started, so shall we? Well, it's fair to say that this isn't really a thoroughbred sports car, but it does seem rather nice, long-legged, a nice relaxed engine that seems to have the power just to take us on what could be a long, luxurious journey.
It's genuinely a nice place to be in here, and it wasn't before, was it?
No, it was horrible. No, it's come on a very long way.
Yeah, and I think we've cured the overheating problem. Flushing the system through has done the job, because actually, you know, it's sticking steady now.
Well, that's great, and it means that we can relax and enjoy our journey.
We drive from mid-Wales and are nearly ready to cross back into England.
There's nothing that quite signifies a journey than going over a bridge between two countries, is there?
It really sort of draws the line very definitely.
Yeah.
And with this one, magnificent views as well.
Yeah.
The Saab doesn't need to stop, unlike one of our team.
I think it's a remarkably nice place to be for a car that's done 200,000 miles.
Oh,
nice.
you're right. It is a very nice place to be. Oh.
After 3 hours of solid cruising, the workshop is getting closer. We catch the sunset in Bath, which will provide pics for our ad, and enjoy a magical moment.
Should we crack on?
Yeah, we ought to. This is too nice though, eh?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the sun's going down, and we need to hotfoot it back.
This car today, to me, has really, really, really proven itself.
Yeah, I agree. We can sell it with confidence, can't we now? Because
Yeah.
it's been brilliant today, hasn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
It really has. It hasn't missed a beat.
We've done it. A week or so later, our new ad yields results.
You better say goodbye to our beautiful little Saab.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing from that we've got some interest in it then.
You are right on the money this morning.
Oh, yes.
We have got a firm offer online, we got money in the bank, and it is going this morning.
How much?
Not quite the reserve. 2,450.
Well, at least we are making some money.
But I still think it's criminal because it's a great little car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just possibly a little bit niche.
Probably, yes, but look on the bright side. Somebody has got a really good car for not a terrible amount of money.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
As the Saab is loaded up to be delivered to the new buyer, we count our lucky stars. By the skin of our teeth, we've doubled our money. We didn't expect it, but how could we lose with a car this good?